PodOutatNight. Mostly, I am Salem, joined by my co-host Graveyard.
Hello.
This is episode 193. Yes, 193 of our weekly All Things Horror podcast. Coming up on 200 quick.
Yes, we are.
Gonna have a big party.
Yeah, everyone's invited.
With pizza.
Everyone's invited.
So this week we're taking a look at the first half of the Prom Night franchise, and what a franchise it is. I use that term franchise very loosely here, as these films really don't feel like they have a franchise connection at all. We'll get into that, but we start with some big names and some small impacts, and end with a direct-to-TV mess. I guess I should clarify, it's a direct-to-TV in the United States. I guess it did go to theaters in Canada. I feel sorry for our Canadian friends.
That's the one they get.
Yeah, that's the one you get over us. So, yeah, we'll dive right in here. So, yes, Prom Night. We have Prom Night, Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night number 2, and Prom Night 3, The Last Kiss.
I gotta say, though, for alphabetizing and searching on my Laserdisc, I put Prom Night 2 with Prom Night, not under H for Hello, Mary Lou.
Well, that's I mean, I always do the same thing because, okay, you have Mad Max. What's the name of the second Mad Max movie?
Road Warrior.
Right. It's not everywhere else in the world. It's Mad Max 2. In the United States, it's Road Warrior. So if you do it in alphabetical order, they're way far apart.
Yep.
So I just put them in that order because it's Mad Max, Road Warrior, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. So
Yeah, it seems like all horror franchises do that, though, because we have, Friday the 13th, so all of a sudden we go to, Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X.
Well, at least they stuck with it for a little bit.
Yeah, they did. But this one's screw that.
Well, as they got into the franchise, they had to spice things up, so people didn't think it was the same thing, even though it was.
Correct.
All right, so Prom Night from 1980. I guess I'll just dive right in here. This is Jamie Lee Curtis. I guess was already an established scream queen by this point in time in 1980. So she was the big name for this movie, and our good friend Leslie Nielsen is in it, playing a straight man, which is funny because he had already started his comedy career at this point.
Barely, but yes.
Well, I mean, Airplane was out.
I think Airplane was his only comedy at that point.
But I mean, it was a huge movie.
Yeah.
So he went from Airplane to this. It was off-putting. But yeah, so it's everybody. I don't think there's anybody else in it that has any name at all. But again, they're big names for that time period. So we start off with a bunch of children that were playing, I don't know, murderer. But they're playing killer, where they're playing hide and seek, and then when they find the person, they shout I'm the killer, I'm killing you, and then they become killers too. And then so other kids show up and they jump in the fun, and then all the other kids team up on this one girl and literally I don't know, word push her out the window.
She's so afraid of being killed in the game that she backs out through a window.
Right. And falls out of the window onto another window and dies.
Yep.
And so then all the kids are like, oh, I don't want to go to jail, so we're never going to tell anybody this story. And so then we just move on 10 years later.
Yep.
And then we start getting these scenes of all of the people, so we get to see what they look like. They show the kid, and then they show them as the adult version. Well, sorry, teenager version, in quotes, teenager.
Oh, they're adults.
Yeah, they're very much adults. But so we get to see which one is which, and they're getting these calls oh, have fun at the prom, or, it's kind of your typical, heavy breather stalker call on their rotary phone.
They didn't have caller ID then, did they?
No, they did not. But rotary phones were still on the way out in 1980, so that's fun.
I had one till 1995 at my house.
Well, we had one that looked like a rotary phone, but they were push buttons where the things were. It was the fancy style, I guess. But that's weird. So we see on them all. They're all teenagers. They're all getting ready for prom. And they're all still friends except for one of them. One of the Jamie Lee Curtis has stolen the boyfriend of the other girl, Wendy, I think her name is. And so she's really salty about it. So she doesn't talk to the rest of the friend group, the killer friend group. So she's kind of like the rival in this situation. So they're all getting ready for prom, and I'm going to cut a long story short here because there's nothing that really happens in the first hour of this movie.
It essentially nothing happens until prom night.
Right. It's like we have an hour of just fucking filler. Yep. Like again, we get this kid scene that kind of sets up the story. We get the prank phone calls, which kind of show them as a kid and as an adult, so we know which one's which. And then we get a little bit of a subplot of like, oh, this like, sexual predator. And funny because the guy he's like, he was a sexual predator. Not anymore. Like, okay, I don't think it wears off, dude. But he was like involved in some accident and he caught on fire. And then he like escaped from the hospital and supposedly like killed some nurse off screen. And so we're kind of supposed to think that this guy is the one that killed the girl.
That's what the cop, because the kids didn't take it, and I think they just essentially blamed that guy who happened to be in the area.
Right, but they don't explain it.
No, they chased him, caught on fire because he was running away from the crime.
Right.
Yeah.
They literally don't explain it. I had to watch that part because it's such a weird hard cut. Talking, they're like, the kids do their killer thing, and then we start getting the prank phone calls, and then we get this weird side story of this sexual predator that gets in a car accident, gets lit on fire, and ends up in the hospital, and he escapes, and the police are looking for him. But that's like completely separate. The kids never mention this person at all.
They have no idea. They have no idea this guy exists.
Right. There's never any POV from the sexual predator guy. Nope. We never see him at all. We see there's a couple of scenes of the cops like looking for him, and that's it. There's no connection to that at all. But that is literally all that happens in the first hour of the film.
Yeah.
Other than like more filler leading up to this stuff I already told you about, the boyfriend being stolen, and how the girl that got her boyfriend stolen is now like, is going to the prom with like her ex-boyfriend's bully. Unibrow Lou, I call him.
He's more than unibrow. He's like caveman brow.
Right, yeah. I literally have that written down. That's funny. I have caveman written down because he looks like a caveman. But yeah, so she is going to go to the prom with that guy to kind of like, burn her ex-boyfriend and then like whatever. Like she's like her plot seemed to be like to carry them, I guess. Right. Well, the whole thing, and this is a line that's repeated in every prom night movie. It's really the only connection they have. Is it's not who you go with, it's who takes you home.
Yep.
So she's planning on going to the prom, getting her boyfriend back, and then leaving. Okay, I've now explained the entire first hour of the film.
Yep.
Is literally that's it. That's all that happens. So then we get to actual prom night. So prom night, murders finally start happening.
Yep.
So basically the kids are killed off one by one by one. And so we get to the end where it's basically like, of course, Jamie Lee Curtis is the one that survives. Leslie Nielsen, that plays her dad, right?
Yeah.
Now, okay, here's another thing I didn't quite understand. Was the little girl that died her sister?
Yeah. So they have her brother, her other sister, and a dead sister.
Right.
All within high school age.
Right.
Yes.
It's very weird because they're like, they go to like the funeral and they're like, they have the picture on the mantle, but like the other two kids at that time don't really seem like they give a shit. Correct. Because like they killed her, but like in the beginning scene, they don't interact like they even know each other.
Right.
It's very odd. I don't know if they were like making writing changes as they went along or something.
Probably.
I have no idea it's very off-putting. Like all the relationships are very off.
Hey, they saved the entire storylines for the 2 full disco songs dances.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, prom night, there's again a lot of disco. We have literally like a choreographed like disco dance. Like you said, I think there's 2 full
choreographed
disco dances that are like minutes long.
Yep.
Okay. And like I said, nothing interesting happens the first hour of the film. Okay. Then we have 2 choreographed disco dances that take up another 10 minutes, right?
Yep.
So then the final 20 minutes of the movie is the actual like killing and one by one killing of all the people. The killings aren't even like interesting. They're just like basic killings.
Stabs. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's like, oh, stab you with glass,
Yep.
whatever. It's so then we get, down to the end where like the guy is like chasing people around. He like keeps switching up his weapon and he keeps getting knocked down and knocked out. But they, so they're chasing around, but he does kill everybody off until it gets down to Jamie Lee Curtis and the boyfriend that she stole, the last 2 people left. And so it gets down to it, and then like the masked killer who's wearing a weird sparkle ski mask, like they finally look at each other, and like you can tell that Jamie Lee Curtis sees the eyes of the person and knows who it is. And eventually, takes the mask off, and it's her brother. So the brother that I guess he wasn't part of the people that threw her out the window with their words. He had shown up later to find her body and knew that I guess they had been a part of it, and then held on to this for 10 years, even though he's like buddy and joking around and having a good time with his sister, Jamie Lee Curtis, the whole time.
Yep.
Apparently he was planning their murder the entire time. So
yeah,
that's it. And then like, she finally like kind of talks him down. And then he walks out the front door and there's police everywhere. And then that's it. End of story.
Yeah. That be it.
Now, again, I had heard a lot of things about this movie. A lot of people were saying that it was good. Obviously, not a good Jamie Lee Curtis movie, but it's kind of a high bar, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people were saying like, oh, it's good. Let's start the whole franchise. Like, this movie was not good. I did not like it. Like, again, the whole like, sexual predator subplot, like from the jump, I knew that had nothing to do with it. Again, it was like so like tenuous of a grip on the rest of the movie. I'm like, there's no way they could link this guy being the killer. They don't even have any background for this guy. They got nothing. Right. And then like later on, it's like the brother, like, okay, but there's zero clue that it's the brother.
Correct.
Like he's like literally a joke. He's like the class clown. He's joking around and having a good time. Like literally they're like playing around and like playing fucking patty cake and shit. Like there's zero clue that he is angry enough to murder people.
Correct. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like you said, we talk about this. There's red herrings of the sexual predator, of even potentially being Leslie Nielsen himself, or hell, like you'd almost think the first time seeing it, maybe the kid survived and is now killing the kids.
Well,
right?
I would say that, but like the person on the phone is not disguising their voice really.
Yeah,
you can tell it's a man's voice.
Yeah.
So like you already know it's a dude. The only dude that you'd think would be doing it at that time is this, injected subplot of this sexual predator guy, who again I knew immediately was not part of the plot, because again they didn't even have a POV of them or anything of the event. Nothing was even attached to it.
Right.
So at that point I'm like, okay, well, who is it?
Yeah, but this is your first time seeing it, though.
Correct. Yeah, no, I didn't like it. It's an hour of fluff before things start happening, and then it really just falls flat, because like right when things are about to happen, they come right out and say, oh, the killer guy was in another state. He was 50 miles away. Couldn't have been him. Okay. And then we, a bunch of chasing around with the sparkly ski mask, and then, the brothers unmasked. It's like, okay, none of the kills are like good. There's not really any like exciting or tension or anything like that. It just, the whole thing just falls flat on its face, and it just really just rings hollow to me. It's just the film just feels like it has no heart to
it. Yeah, I can see that. Like I said, I watched this a couple of times, but it's been a very long time. I just don't remember it being as bad as it was. Like, I don't remember the disco scenes in the slightest. But that's about all I didn't remember from it. But yeah, it's a interesting start of a franchise, isn't it?
Again, that's what I'm saying. Like, if this is the first one, like, this is gonna be real bad. Because, like, usually the first one is like, oh, it's good enough to start a franchise, right? Usually they're not great, but they're at least good.
You're right.
And this is starting off this bad. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna like this franchise.
I mean, hey, they don't stick to this formula after this movie, so
no, they don't. Like I said, it's very loosely, connected franchise. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first for highlights?
I'll go first. It's fine.
Okay.
I mean, I guess Jamie Lee Curtis and Leslie Nielsen, right? Those are big names. I really like the rotary phone being there. Brings back memories. It's kind of funny. Like, have you ever seen videos of like when they give rotary phones to like kids?
Yeah.
And they have like no idea. What is this? They grasp the fact that it's a phone, but they're like, how do you use it?
Yep.
It's funny. And there was a DJ at the disco prom, but the DJ was using a reel to reel.
Yes.
And I was like, that is amazing. Like, not even records. He was using a reel to reel tape deck.
Yeah.
So that's great. And he wasn't even like up there being a DJ. They just like literally had a bunch of songs on a reel to reel and they just pressed play and then walked away. And that was it.
Hell yeah. There's no room for him on the dance floor.
Yeah, that's all I got.
As you said, Jamie Lee Curtis, Leslie Nielsen, I thought were great. To me, and yes, we've had the phone calls, when the stranger calls, stuff like that. But to me, this voice that the guy was using feels like the inspiration for the Ghostface killer from Scream. It sounded remarkably similar.
Sure, it can be there, but like the quality of the voice was so bad.
The quality of every sound in this movie was so bad.
Well, yeah, but it's like I have the spooky phone voice written down on the other side of this list because it is very bad. It's not good.
Yeah. I will give Jamie Lee Curtis's dance choreography credit because first off, in real life, you'd have to practice that forever. There's no people doing that off the cuff. It's made for a movie.
Well, I mean, it was they were like her and her boyfriend were like in sync, so I'm sure they practiced.
Oh yeah, it's just like that seems like a lot of work for a movie like this.
Well, I mean, she was probably going to disco fucking places at the time because she was big name.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I got for the highlights, low points. Let's see here. It was definitely their fault that they're all getting murdered because they did shitty things. When the guy that like wore the mask that becomes like the mask used throughout the film, right? It's just a ski mask.
Sparkly
ski mask. And the principal, Elizabeth's like, you're suspended indefinitely. I'm like, how's that not just expulsion? Like,
it's all in how you say it.
I know. And he just shows up with some goons to the prom and no one does anything. I'd be shocked by that. They tried playing the detective that on this side case that had nothing to do with anything. He was doing a random voiceovers like he's in a film noir for no reason.
Yeah, like the police are literally don't interact with anyone at all. Like the police are at the prom. Yeah. And the only scenes that are filmed with them at the prom is them in a hallway by themselves. There's no kids around. They're not even in the prom room. They're standing in a hallway. Yeah. Like there's zero connection between the characters.
Right. And it seems like, we got the guy 50 miles away. And he's like, case is done.
Like that's why it really feels like they added that subplot on later.
I think because they were trying to, because there's no fucking hint of who the guy is. And they're like, we have to give him something to grasp at.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They had to give you some kind of spice because it's so flat and boring up until that point. I think they did that. But they must have done it later on because, again, the police scenes have literally none of the other characters in. And the other characters don't acknowledge the police or don't acknowledge the sexual predators on the loose. I'm pretty sure they would have warned the kids, hey, a sexual predator that murdered a child is on the loose. Hey, watch out.
Yeah.
No.
Like I said though, but like they're acting like the cop's this main guy to have a voiceover, but he's not. So
Right.
why even do that? Other than that was kind of the thing, I guess. My God, the sound effects were bad in this movie. Like when the glass, I'll use the in air quotes here, when the mirror shatters, the sound it makes sound like someone just like record scratching into an old ass microphone and then processing it through. Like it sounds so bad. Like it didn't sound like glass breaking in the slightest. And just overall, it was just atrocious. And of course, disco dancing. Like we don't need 10 minutes of disco dancing. Like we get it. They have disco floor, but not 10 minutes worth. Please just have it in the background.
Yeah, like again, we get an hour of fluff, 10
Yeah.
minutes of disco dancing, and then like 20 minutes of actual movie.
Yeah. That's just it's just way too much.
Yes.
So that's what I have. What you got?
The child acting was atrocious.
Yeah.
The whole child murder scene is just stupid and bizarre. Like, why would a child, especially a child who one of the people killing you is your own sister, why would you be scared enough to jump out of a window?
Right.
Like, it makes no sense. I was, the whole scene just like, I was so confused. I had to watch it a couple of times to like try to like wrap my head around how dumb it was. I got the spooky voice girl. He talked about that and how bad it was. I got the stupid subplot with the guy who we stress was a sex offender, like it wears off.
Yep.
Unibrow Lou the caveman. The adults playing teenagers was very funny because they were all like 30 years old.
And Jamie Lee Curtis was only 21, but they made her look a lot older, I think.
Yes, they did. And the fashion was horrendous.
Yep.
And I also have all the disco choreographies unnecessary. That's all.
All right. So what are our olives this week?
We're gonna do unnecessary classroom announcements because they're in every movie, but I would say the third one takes the cake and has enough for all of them.
For sure.
But yeah,
for sure.
So, Prom Night 1980. Unnecessary classroom announcements out of 10. I'm gonna give this movie a 4.5.
4.5.
I did not like it at all.
It's something that I watch every so often. I usually watch this one and then the 2008 remake when I do watch that one, which is not often, so maybe like 3 times. It has its moments. It's considered a classic for, unbeknownst to most people. I don't think most people realize there's like more than one.
Right. Well, again, like I've heard lots of people talk about this movie. Like a lot of people talk about Prom Night being one of the great slashers, and it is not.
I mean, it's on the early end of slashers that before it became hugely popular.
But there's so many that are already better at that time.
Yeah, I will still give this 6 unnecessary classroom announcements out of 10. It's I think it went downhill. I know you like the second one more.
I do. Well, we'll talk about that.
Yeah. All right. Well,
so hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2.
Yeah, the franchise that stayed dead for 7 years in the 80s, which is really astounding because like everything had like 10 entries at that point in time in the 80s. It's essentially not a sequel. It's the same school, but we start off at like prom in 1957 with Mary Lou, who is a very sexually forward woman, especially for 1957. And she's just like
sex positive.
She's sex positive. It's like she's going there with Billy, her date, and he's like doesn't do something. So like, oh yeah, now I'm gonna just go hook up with Buddy behind the scenes. And the guy gets mad. He finds a pipe or a stink bomb that he was just gonna throw at Mary Lou as she's crowned prom queen. But instead of being a stink bomb, it just catches her like immediately on fire and
Right.
kills
Well,
her.
I mean, she might have been wearing like a petroleum dress because this is 1957.
I
So
guess.
who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just looking up some of the, people saying this is very reminiscent of Blue Velvet to them. I don't know why.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they think Blue Velvet is the same on par with this movie Mary.
Who says that?
I don't know. It's incorrect.
People got some brain trauma or something.
Yeah. But now we cut to 30 years later, and we have a Vicky who is dating this guy. They're figuring out what to go to the prom. Her mom's like, no, yeah, I already have a dress. I want to get a new dress. No, you can't. So I'm just following it. And Dad's like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. But then for some reason, all the prom stuff was locked in the basement that opens up, and then the spirit of Mary Lou just comes back to go try to kill Billy, who is Vicky's not Vicky's anything, but just like the principal of the school, and Buddy, who became like a priest. And that's like her whole MO. But then she starts killing way more people involved with it, just like Vicky's friends, and kind of slowly possessing Vicky, and Vicky's becoming more like Mary Lou was that we saw in the first couple of minutes. She like squishes someone with some lockers. She goes to the priest and ends up killing him, even though he like prayed and it was all the stuff, and goes to the cubicle. It shows he dies, and then it all kind of like goes back to the prom night. They have a weird scene where like she's becoming more possessed. Like her toy horse, which is like a full-on carousel horse in her room, comes to life for some reason.
Don't remind me.
For some reason, and she like strokes his tongue, and then she thought it was a good idea to make out. Well, Mary Lou, like, let's have Vicky make out with her dad for some reason. Sure. While this is going on, like Billy's, the principal's like, hey, this isn't cool. Digs up Mary Lou's corpse, and it's like the priest in like a not disturbed grave in the coffin, which is pretty impressive with her psychic powers that Mary Lou seems to have. There's this whole competition trying to figure out who's going to be the next prom queen, and there's this girl that really wants it, but she's trying to like talk to the computer guy to changing the vote so her name appears on the monitor. He gets killed by Mary Lou as she just touches electricity in like the gym, and then transfers to the computer and like electrifies him.
She like gathers different powers.
She in both this movie and the next.
Well, the next one is just all over the place, but this one, it's like she slowly like gains more powers as she goes along.
Yeah. I think I said for this one, she's like was it Mary Sue instead of a Mary Lou, because she just gets everything. So she's able to do everything. But yeah, so eventually, Vicky was named because she's possessed by that and changed the computer vote. Is going to be named prom queen. The principal gets up like the same balcony, shoots her, and Vicky seems to die. And then Mary Lou comes out of her corpse, all burnt up, and then slowly just goes back to normal. Not slowly. I mean, like every shot, she's less charred.
Yeah, wore off.
Yeah, pretty quick, as they probably realized that looked bad, and they just like, yeah, we'll just make her human again. So anyway, like, so Vicky's boyfriend is Billy's son. He's trying to figure out what's going on there. Eventually they figure out, hey, this is in the trunk, so let's lure her back to this trunk that she was encased in, like she was attached to the crown that was not melted for some reason, and this ring. They trap her in, but Vicky seems to go in there. The sun opens up. She's safe. The dad picks him up, and now the dad's possessed by Mary Lou. Cue the sequel that doesn't pick up from here.
Right. Yeah, it's like the first one, wide open for a sequel, right?
Yep.
The dude's not dead.
Yep.
The sister's still alive.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a Halloween situation, right? Like,
yep.
It can keep going. It does not. Completely new story, rebooted, and then the third one ignores it completely.
Except for one character's name.
We'll
yeah.
talk about it, but
yeah. Like, I understand why not calling it just Prom Night 2 at the very beginning, because it's really about that. It takes a huge left turn from a random guy killing people to supernatural ghosts.
Right.
I mean, I've seen this one, but my goodness, it's been a very long time. So this is probably only my second time watching this movie. But I said, this was your first time for this.
Yeah, I've never seen it. Again, it's one of those movies that I've seen a billion times. Like Prom Night and the Hello Mary Lou Prom Night too. I've seen people talk about all over the place. I've just never gotten around to watching them. Because I kind of knew they wouldn't be great movies. But
right. Yeah. So I'll start with my highlights. The music was much better in this one.
That's not saying much.
Correct. Billy is played by Michael Ironsides.
Yes, he is. Just Ironside. There's no S.
No.
Old Ironsides is the name of the boat.
Yeah. But he is acting in a completely different movie compared to everyone else.
Right. He's like very dry and very kind of like serious. Like the rest of the movie is just kind of like a campy, goofy kind of, horror slasher.
Yeah. And it's a bad ending, right? Mary Lou's still technically around. They didn't do anything to her.
It's a 1987 horror ending. They all ended the same way around this time period. They had to leave everything wide open for a sequel.
That's about it for my highlights. How about you?
Michael Ironside is always fun seeing him. I did like that her prom queen cape was essentially Doctor Strange's cape that could fly by itself and kill people by itself. That was fun. I liked the nightmare visions, like when she was flashing to I guess the hell version of the school, but it was an evil otherworld version of it. It was pretty cool. The lunchroom was all evil and dirty. There was a blood fountain, blood coming out of the water fountain. The school itself was just haunted and spooky and dark and dirty. It was fun. I thought it was a good time. There was one cool punk dude in the whole school. They didn't really focus on him, but at least there was one cool punk guy. There's a cool tech nerdy guy who died doing what he loved. Now I always give a lot of credit to people that can do scenes fully nude. Right?
Yeah.
Because it's a very vulnerable position to be in, right? I think we saw, what was the other movie? There was the sports one where the naked girl was running around for a while.
It was graduation day.
Right. Yeah. So the girl is naked for a long time in this scene, and she's chasing this girl around the locker room. Yep. Totally naked, still being kind of an evil villain, just nude the entire time. We're talking full view of everything. There's not no convenient camera angles. No, it was just straight on. That's all it was.
Yep.
I always have a lot of respect for people that do that. Good on you. I would not be able to be acting confident with cameras on me running around naked, but she did. And it was
usually there's only one other person in there, but yeah.
Right. But I mean, there's a whole crew watching.
Yeah.
And then again, there was some genuinely funny, vulgar moments that made you laugh. Not all of them. I mean, they were probably more misses than hits, but there was a few hits in there. I actually laughed a few times. It was stupid jokes, but at least they were entertaining to a degree. That's all I got for high points. Low points. The big hair in the late 80s fashion, man. Oh, yeah, it's terrible. The big shoulder pads, just terrible fashion. I hate it. All the the super bright colors, the weirdly shaped clothes and jackets that people wear. Just yuck. I'm just not a fan. I lived through it. I don't want to go back. Giant roaches in the food, man. Those things were huge. They're as big as your hand. Oh, it's disgusting. And that rocking horse, man, that thing was creepy, dude.
Human eyes, human tongue. I know.
And it was wiggling around and sticking its tongue out and going, the fuck? This is unnecessarily weird. Please stop. And then the scene where she's like making out with her dad.
Yep.
That was completely unnecessary, and I would rather skip it.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Oh yeah, like I said, the number one's my incest kiss, and he was weirdly into it too.
Well, I don't know. There's always a weird thing about dads and daughters. I don't get it. But
I don't either. But like I said, the other two was like this franchise went supernatural pretty damn fast. It took Friday the 13th a while before.
Oh yeah, this one it's like
powers.
the first one had 0. The second one started off immediately with like 100.
Yeah. Okay, so I understand her wanting to kill Billy and maybe Buddy and maybe the guy that made the stink bomb that set her on fire and killed her. Not anyone else. It doesn't. Her revenge doesn't make sense. In my opinion.
Okay, you have to realize she's been dead for 30 years.
Yeah.
She's been stewing on her death for 30 years. She's, again, like a spirit of vengeance. She's been thinking about it for 30 years. So she comes back, and what's she going to do? She's, of course, going to be trying to get revenge. But do you think, like, her personality is going to be intact?
Yeah.
No, she's going to be a murderous monster that's going to kill anyone that gets in her way. Anybody that, like, insults her or tries to stop her or tells her she's not the best and whatever, she's going to murder them. And that's what she does. It's just the attitude that she has.
And she murders them with really bad special effects.
Correct. Yeah.
Like the computer guy getting killed was really bad. And when Buddy the priest, he's like, oh, there's a demon involved. Let me pray nowhere near anyone, nowhere near any cursed object, but just in the church and expect it to work.
I think he was praying away his like need to masturbate. Is what I think he was doing, because it like reminded him of the lust that he had as a young lad, and so he was trying to like exorcise his own demons.
I guess, but
I mean, it's not what it was, but I choose to believe that because you're right, it doesn't make sense otherwise.
Right, and like I said, her powers is just the perfect ability to undo a grave, put someone in there, and bury it perfectly so it doesn't seem disturbed within like a day.
He's a ghost, man.
Yeah, her powers are just all over the place. But yeah, it's just, I think, I thought it was stupid in a lot of her stuff, but so the effects was just overly bad. Except for the horse. The horse was disturbing in the right way.
It was a very creepy horse.
But like I said, the effects and everything else, like when they switched lockers, it literally looked like grape jelly came out of the locker.
Yeah, well, it was like anytime I see like bubbles and like, like it's fizzing out, like, okay, like I know somebody that does not know what they're doing.
Correct. That's all I have. So,
all right. Yeah. Hello, Mary Lou. Prom Night 2.
I'm going down to a 4.
What?
Yeah. How about you?
Again, I like this one better than the first one. Again, is it a good movie? No. It's not a good movie. Like, do I want to watch it again? No, not really. Yeah. But would I rather watch this one than the first one? Yes. This one, as dumb as it is, at least it has a coherent like plot that keeps you like interested the entire time. It's not just like goofy subplots and like an hour of fluff before they start doing anything for real. Like this one at least has interesting things, not great, but at least interesting things happen and keep you involved. So I'm gonna give this one 5.3.
5.3. I should have done 5.7 for Prom Night 57. All right. Well, take us through The Last Kiss, which I don't think has anything to do with the movie at all.
No. Okay, so Prom Night 3 is essentially supposed to be based on the same Mary Lou. But again, like the way that I have to see it is like it exists in an alternate universe. So like the Mary Lou events happened in 57, but like the second movie happened in an alternate universe than this one because they completely ignore any events that could have happened in the second one. Like a bunch of people died.
Yep.
In the second one, and no one talks about it at all. No one says anything. Everybody still talks about like, 30 years earlier. So they're still acting like this happens in 1987, even though the movie's from 1990.
Yeah.
But they're still acting like it's 1987. So there doesn't seem to be any connection at all. Mary Lou is played by a completely different actress.
Yep.
And that's really the only connection that is there. So essentially in this film, Mary Lou is in hell, and she's like apparently one of hell's Rockettes.
Yeah, she is
dancing and kicking, and then she manages to like break her chain and escape hell and come back to the school, and she starts killing people immediately. She kills the janitor by exploding his pacemaker with electricity from a jukebox.
And the pacemaker is just like a big metal box.
Yeah, it's a big giant metal box. Like people
she
obviously don't know what a pacemaker is.
She's essentially a sex demon.
Right. So I mean, kind of long story short here, she latches on to a boy at school. Now, this boy already has a girlfriend who he's apparently like in love with, and he's like trying to go to medical school even though he has a C average.
Okay? He's an idiot.
Yeah, he's not a good dude, like in any way, like at all.
No.
So she like, I guess is like, she doesn't like fully possess him, but she's like manipulating him. But she can like pull him into like a kind of like an alternate world to where she exists and she can do whatever she wants to like tempt him or do things to him, but no one else can see or experience it, only him.
She's Freddy the sex demon.
Right. Yeah. And when those things are happening, he just kind of zones out. Mm-hmm. So they have a scene of like him trying to take a test, and she appears in the classroom, like, talking to him, manipulating him. And then when she's done talking to him, the bell rings, and he literally did nothing on the whole test. He was just staring off into space the whole time. Mm-hmm. So he's like, oh no. So we see him like, being on the football team where he's on like second string and he gets all beat up and blah, 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 blah. He's just kind of like, he's supposed to be a lovable loser, but like the guy's just an asshole. I don't know. He's not even like lovable in any way.
He's just average.
Correct. Yeah, just average. So he ends up being manipulated by this girl, Mary Lou, to do whatever she wants. So she like gets upset and like starts killing people. Mm-hmm. She kills like the biology teacher who like is eating something in every scene, and she kills him with ice cream cones. I know these kills sound like they're fake and I'm making them up. I swear I'm not. Like she really stabs through his hands with ice cream cones like he's Jesus.
It's a horror series that went to DVD, straight to DVD really fast as well.
Yeah. Right.
Or straight to tape. Yeah.
Yeah. So then
like TV movie version.
Right. She kills him because he was going to fail the kid. Right.
Yep.
So she changes his grade to an A+ and then kills the teacher. Mm-hmm. The guidance counselor that says, oh, you want to be a doctor, but you have a C average? Haha, good luck. The world needs more ditch diggers, not doctors. So she kills the guidance counselor and then like hacks into the computer system somehow and changes all his grades to be good. And then so he has to like hide the body. So he like digs a grave on the football field. Mm-hmm. And then dumps the bodies in there. And then as he's doing that, like Mr. Football Hero comes out and is like, oh, you were playing in practice, and he doesn't know the ghost lady, but the ghost lady like helped the asshole kid to like win the fake game that they were playing. So like, Johnny Football Hero does not like that.
Right.
So he's going to like beat him up. And so instead she kills him with a football that turns into a metal drill.
Yeah.
And drills him into the goalpost.
Yep.
Like I said, I wish I was making these kills up, but
I'm not. And while the football's more than halfway out of his body, he's still pinned up to this metal beam behind him. Yes.
Right. So then he has to dig another grave and buries this guy on the football field as well.
And I will point out now, too, that he clearly is using her ghost powers because there's not a blade of grass that's changed after he buries them.
Right. And like, again, she's using her mind powers to like mind bone him while he's digging the graves and stuff. So like she's like heavily using his teenage hormones against him. But again, he's not directly possessed. He is doing what she wants, but whatever. So at this point, he kind of goes, I'm not going to do this anymore. Like, you need to leave me alone. We're done.
Mm-hmm.
And so she like disappears, and then she gets like really upset about it. So then she starts killing his friends. She kills like his best buddy. And then he's like, oh, you're horrible. And she's like, well, I'm going to keep doing this until you do what I want you to do. And he still like says no. So essentially he gets framed for all the murders.
Yep.
Because they accidentally dig up the bodies on the football field. And he was the one that was like, whatever the closest, or, they had found evidence pinning it on him, whatever. So he gets arrested and taken away. And then in the process of that happening, he finds out that Mary Lou is going to go to the prom and take it over because his girlfriend, who obviously has been like brushed off because he was like hanging out with the ghost lady, is going to go to prom with the second string quarterback who's supposed to be like a big nerd guy.
Hey, he has a schedule.
I don't know. I thought he was pretty cool. I actually liked him. He was probably the most likable character in the movie. So anyway, so she goes to prom with him, and he finds out that Mary Lou is gonna like kill her, or because or kill everybody at the prom, whatever she's gonna do. So he kidnaps the cop, and then forces the cop to drive him to the prom.
And she sets him free. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then so he gets to the prom, and then Mary Lou like uses her magic powers to like come out, and she's like about to do kill people or about to kill the girlfriend, and he goes, no, take me, take me, leave all these other people alone, and I'll go to hell with you. And she's like, okay. So he jumps in the hellhole, and they're literally going down to hell, and then his girlfriend jumps in after him before the hole can seal up. So now they're in hell, which is like, I guess kind of sort of like it was in the second one, where it's just like an evil haunted version of the school.
Except everyone that Mary Lou's killed is now in hell.
Right. Again, I literally wrote that down. I was like, why are these innocent people that were murdered in hell?
Right. Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. But
and evil now too.
Right. Yeah. Now they're acting like assholes. And it's like very off-putting. Anyway, so they're in there. She's getting chased around. She ends up grabbing the boyfriend. They escape in like this old car from the auto shop, and they get out, and they're like, oh, we're back home, like we're totally safe. And then they find out that they're not back home. They're still in 1957. It's just not the hell version of 1957. It's a regular version of 1957.
Because she has time travel powers now too.
Right. So Mary Lou is like, they're still trapped in her world.
But the girlfriend gets killed.
Right.
And he's trapped there, screaming no into the sky.
Yep.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep. So I know I have to ask you, because I don't know if I know. What do you think her goal was?
I don't. Again, it's like it should be revenge.
Yep.
And it felt like she just wanted to kill everybody at the school, right? She wanted to be the prom queen. Like, again, in the second one, her goal was to be crowned prom queen and get her crown, get her, recognition. And I feel like they gave her the same like goal in this movie, but they forgot to tell the audience.
Yep.
And so I think that's what she was doing. But then at the very end, like when she's like, feels like she's about to do that, the guy comes out and goes, oh, I'll go with you to hell. Leave the people alone. And she goes, okay.
Right.
Wait, what?
So what was her goal?
Right. I'm like, so wait, well, hold on. So like everybody thought your goal was to like be the prom queen and then kill everybody. But no, now you want to go back to hell with this person? Like, you escaped from hell. Why would you want to go back?
With this most average guy possible she could find.
But yes. Like at no point do we have like the devil saying, you need to come back. You got to bring somebody with you or else you're going to be chained up. Okay. Thank you. There's a plot.
Right.
Right. And this one, no, we don't get any of that. It's like, she just changes what's going on a whim. Like at first she's helping the guy, like, I guess be a better person. But then she realizes, oh, by helping this guy, he's going to leave because she seems to be like attached to the school.
Well, once again, helping him to do what? what's her end goal for him being better
Right.
at everything?
Right. It's like there's no end goal. It's just like weird events are happening, and they just like kind of like string them together. But and like what her goals are change in each scene.
Yep.
I don't know. I have no fucking clue. I don't know what anybody's goal was in this movie, except for the girlfriend like made a lot of cookies.
Well, yeah, Mary Lou has so many absurd powers that she can do whatever she wants. Like I said, what's stopping her from doing anything? Nothing.
Well, I could accept that she was just being an ass, right? She was just being a jerk that kills people because that's what, evil ghosts or demons that do.
Yeah.
But then again, I was so confused when she goes, "Oh, okay, you come with me to hell." Yep. Wait, what? Why? One, why is she going back to hell? Two, why would she voluntarily go back to hell? Didn't she just escape?
Yep.
It was, it really felt like they've lost their way.
And I don't think there's the last kiss mentioned at all.
No.
It's not you have to kiss the prom king to escape hell. That would be a plot point, right? She has to make someone that wasn't an average, who was never going to be prom king, using her charm to kiss him to send them to hell. Sure. Right. That would have been a plot point. That would be a plot. But no, they got nothing.
Right. Like, again, it could have been, all you had to do was have a scene of like some guy being like, "Hey, I'm the devil, and you got to come back to hell, and you got to be a slave again. But if you bring back another person with you and give me their soul, then you can just, go free," or whatever, something like that. Problem solved.
Yep.
Right. Then you have a plot, a reason why these things are happening. No, that doesn't happen.
Yep.
So I guess in my head, for the movie to make sense, that did happen off screen.
Okay. That's how they sealed the deal with the kiss.
Correct. Yeah, the last kiss was her kissing him so that he would go to hell with her and be the sacrifice.
Yep. All right, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So hell is apparently chained ladies in lingerie listening to rock and roll and kicking like the Rockettes.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, now I did actually laugh when the dude like went to cut the ribbon for the ceremony and literally cut his own finger off.
You saw it coming.
Oh, you saw it coming because he was like oddly holding one finger over. Like, I'm like, he's gonna cut his finger, and he did, and it was fun. And there's no point to that.
Nope.
It was just there to like, so you get a little bit of blood in the beginning of the movie, I guess.
Maybe that's how he got Mary Lou back. Maybe that's how they summoned her.
That's again, there was like a weird whooshing wind that happened after that happened. So maybe it was. Maybe the blood did call her. I don't know. Gave her enough strength to make her materialize a nail file to file through her chains. And I felt like Leonard was underappreciated. He was an earnest dude. Yeah, he was like a bit of a nerd and too like stuck to his timetable, but he was like trying to be a good person. And she was just like, "Oh, you're such a nerd. I want to hang out with this asshole who could give two shits that I'm alive." Like, and she's like drinking from a flask, like, "Oh, I have to deal with Leonard." Like,
but she's also you to go to prom. Nerd.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I was like, why are you judging Leonard? Like, he was nice enough to ask you to go to prom. He gave you a corsage, and she like goes in the bathroom, throws his corsage in the garbage, and then like drinks out of this flask, like, "Oh, this is so terrible." Like, you guys were just dancing and having fun, like not even 30 seconds ago.
And they had a point. They could make Leonard a real jerk when he's had the 8 minutes of free time. He's like, "No, we could have done that free time." But no.
Right. No, the dude, he's just an earnest dude. He's just like a fun, like, he's trying to have fun. Again, like, "Oh, it's time to dance." And he like got down.
Yep.
Yeah, it was stupid and terrible. But, he was like ready to like let down and have fun. And she was having fun too. And then literally the next scene, she throws the corsage in the garbage, is like drinking out of a flask, like she's having the worst time of her life.
Which I would say the drinking came out of nowhere, because when she was angry, upset, she would bake, not drink.
Right. Exactly. and then literally Leonard dies as that's happening. I was just like, why? Why are you killing Leonard? I don't know. The whole movie's all over the place. But that's all I got.
I mean, it's more of a sequel than the second one was to the first. Gotta give it props for that, I guess.
Again, none of these movies are connected.
Yeah.
Again, I guess there's a root similarity between 2 and 3, meaning that Mary Lou exists in both universes, but they branched off into alternate futures. So like 2 and 3 are alternate universes. They don't exist in the same timeline.
But the night the high school is the same, supposed to be the same high school. That's the only connective.
Oh yeah, I'll give you like the 1957 version of that high school is the root same for 2 and 3.
Yep.
But 2 and 3 branch from that point.
Yeah.
So 2 and 3 are on 2 different timelines, but they do go back to converge in 1957.
Yeah. Like I said, she's more of a Mary Sue than a Mary Lou. Baking instead of fighting, that's fine. If someone
I'm good with that.
I know, right?
You're angry at me, so you're gonna give me a pile of cookies? Like, okay.
Yeah. I don't get mad. I bake. That's her tagline. Yeah.
But then it would be so easy to know when she's mad.
Right.
You come home and there's a pile of cookies. Like, shit, I fucked up. You're like, easy right. to figure out. Like these are all positives.
Yeah. And let's face it, I know it's 1990. They couldn't say it, but his friend Shane was clearly gay for him.
Yeah.
like I thought, oh, he's gonna get this moment, like, oh, like I love you, and then like when his little sister supposedly came, that was, Mary Lou's, like, yeah, he's gonna come out, then no, his heart just gets ripped out.
Well, again, this is 1990.
Yeah.
If a guy is wearing the magic earring, one right earring, that means that they're signaling that he's gay. Hey,
bro, you don't want to go on vacation with your girlfriend? We have a trip. We can just go to Mexico. No one even know we're there together.
Yeah, right. You come with me. Your girlfriend can't come. Like, he's literally makes a point.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got to choose between his best friend or his girlfriend.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I have for all my low points. This is supposed to be a parody of the Prom Night franchise.
Right. I read that too, and I'm like, it's at the same level as the second one. I was like, it's
correct.
Not parodying it. It's like, I don't understand where the parody is. They're both just as bad.
Yeah. That is. Yeah, it's the acting is way worse in this one. The FX are way worse. Like, they have such, like, when he disappears this first night and calls his parents, and we have essentially our Charlie Brown-esque parent voices.
I have that written down too. Charlie Brown voice on the phone
for mom and dad. I'm like, this is stupid. And he's just staring and just staring at the camera the entire time while that's happening. It was unnerving. He's not a good dude. He's like, first off, he is all over the place. Like, they don't have like a path for him. He's in the band. He plays football. He has a motorcycle. Like, what is he supposed to be?
Right, like, they can't make up their mind. It's like, it felt like multiple characters were like condensed into one.
Yeah, it is just atrocious. Like, he wanted to be all these things, and like, okay. Of course, I said once again, as we said before, the grass would not be back in perfect, pristine condition after burying multiple bodies. Like, no one even knows.
He also wouldn't be magically boning a ghost while he's digging a grave.
That's true. After he banishes her, and she's going, Alex, like, her cry was so bad. Like, the kills were just stupid, and I go, this isn't really about prom night at all.
At least there was a prom night. At least.
I'm saying, but there's barely prom night in it.
Right. Like, again, like we said, it's like they gave her the same goal as the second one, but they forgot to tell us that's what the goal was.
Yeah, and like I said, why are there good people that were just instantly killed in hell? I don't know. They don't know either, I don't think. So that's what I have. How about you?
I would say every attempt at comedy in this movie missed. Like, every single joke was a big whiff. Like, every single one. Like, there wasn't one that landed. Yeah, the FX were terrible. Yeah, the pacemaker electricity, her burns, like the hell of like when she had a tantrum, the whole aura. It just burned out the screen with like pink.
Yep.
There wasn't anything there. Like the football drill. It was just very, very dumb. Again, Charlie Brown voice, already talked about acting, just bad for everyone. No one is good. Not one person is good.
Correct.
The non-stop announcement jokes. Non-stop. Every fucking scene when they're in school, there's one in the fucking background. And they're like, I'll give you an example of how bad they are. It's like, well, the ladies weightlifting team, please report to the front of the school for facial waxing.
Mandatory facial waxing.
Like, that's how bad the jokes are. And there's like, I don't know, 100 of them.
The lunch lady is going. The lunch lady is leaving us. She's just going back to what she went to before. It was like what, waste management or like
working at a toxic waste dump. It's like, wow, so fucking funny. Like it's like, nonstop. Like I bet you whoever wrote these thought they were the funniest fucking person alive.
Canadian humor.
They're not funny.
Maybe it's Canadian humor. We just don't understand. From 1990.
Very possible. Very possible. I'll have to ask somebody who went and see it in the theater if it was better in the theater. Alex is just an asshole.
Yep.
I mean, he's cheating on his girlfriend. I mean, he's just an arrogant dick.
For no reason.
Right. He's like, I'm gonna be a doctor. And he's like, dude, you have a C average. You're not gonna be a doctor.
You can't pass biology.
Right. It's like, what? Like what planet do you live on? And again, they talk about why the innocent people go to hell. And why are they now dicks in hell? I was like, maybe because she killed them, she like somehow like they became her servants in hell.
I don't know.
Some kind of weird again, but they don't give you any, explanation. I'm just trying to give myself a headcanon as to how that's even possible. And like the actual hell when they were in it, it looked like a cheesy Broadway musical version of hell. Like everyone was wearing like dress, like clothes that looked like they were about to jump up and ballet dance, like any second. Like it looked like a big like stage, like a theater stage production. It was very dumb looking. That's all.
All right.
So, Prom Night 3, Last Kiss. I guess I'll go first. Is it as good as the first one? No. Is it as good as the second one? Definitely no. So I will go. We'll say 2.25 unnecessary classroom announcements.
I was about to say we have to leave room for the next one here. So
yeah, I didn't want to go too low.
I'm going. I'll give it 2.5. Why not? Why not? It's. And I think I paid money for this on Laserdisc.
Did you really?
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
Not a lot. It was like $5.
But if somebody gave it to me, sure.
So yeah. Well, take us home.
All right. So with the first half taken care of, next week we're watching the fourth entry, the remake, and then we're throwing in the Carrie sequel because why not? So join us next week for the conclusion of our prom themed month of May. I guess you said there was a potential fifth one?
Yeah.
That they renamed and rebranded to something else?
Yeah. So it was originally supposed to be the fifth one's be the club. And it's supposed to take place, as like I said, the thread for all of these is that Hawthorne High School, I think is its name. And it's supposed to be like all the same school, and it all takes place at this cursed school, Prom Night. And they're making it, and they go, you know what? Prom Night 4 didn't do so well. We'll just call this something else instead. And because of the same executive producer, that's how it's in that series. I have no desire to watch it right
now. We can put it on a list of our ever-growing unnecessary sequels. So that's it. So remember, we watch bad movies, so you don't have to.
And this has been Graveyard saying, have you checked on the children?
And this is Salem saying, long live the new...